Every town has that one place, a place everyone avoids. Whispered about in schools, ignored by adults, feared by children. In our town, it's the abandoned shopping mall, Westgrove Mall. It used to be a bright, joyful place. Neon signs, crowded stores, the scent of popcorn and fast food, kids laughing, weekend sales, arcade games, and music blasting from every corner. It was the heart of our town. Until something changed. Shops started closing one by one. Security guards were quietly fired. Then employees began to vanish. Surveillance cameras glitched strange static, like someone staring directly into the lens. Visitors complained of sudden chills, dizziness, and some said they heard children laughing in empty corridors. Then came the incident. A 9-year-old boy entered the mall and never came out. The security footage cut off. The doors jammed. Alarms glitched. When the staff finally opened the entrance, he was gone. After that, the mall was permanently shut down. But the rumors grew stronger. They say something lives inside. Something that crawls on the ceiling, moves the mannequins when no one's watching, and whispers through the air vents. Some claim to have seen the shadow of a giant grinning cat, stretching unnaturally between storefronts. And every time they hear a soft, cartoonish song.
We're on our way to Grampy's, always such good company. It's the only place to be. Oh, our Grampy's house. Da-dee-dee-da-dee, never is too late. Da-dee-dee-da-dee, he will always wait. And when everybody's resting, he's always full of pep. Everybody's gonna be home, our Grampy's house.
Now, even the bravest teens won't sneak in. Because everyone knows, if you hear the song, it's already too late. And each time a faint lullaby could be heard. Hear kitty kitty. The words sounded like they came from an old record player, warped and drawn out as if death itself was singing a twisted nursery rhyme. New disappearances followed. Homeless people, teenagers, vloggers, those who dared sneak in to prove it was just a legend. None of them came back. And the few who did were unrecognizable. They don't speak, they don't sleep, they don't eat. They just sit in the dark and whisper. He drew me a smile. One guy left his camera behind. The final footage shows a dark corridor, a flickering silhouette, stretched out arms, and massive, impossibly long legs walking upside down along the ceiling. The video ends with a distorted childlike laugh so loud and warped, it feels like a knife to the eardrums. They say Cartoon Cat lives in the heart of Westgrove Mall, the old kids' play zone. It used to be filled with trampolines, ball pits, and arcade machines. Now it's a black void, covered in rags marked with strange symbols. People say that if you linger near the abandoned mall at night, you can hear scratching at the doors from the inside. Sometimes knocking. Sometimes footsteps. One person even claimed they heard their own name whispered from behind the wall. They say Cartoon Cat doesn't just scare you. He watches. He waits. He plays his twisted little game. He copies your voice. He stretches out your memories. And when you hear a meow behind you. But the story doesn't end there. Locals claim that Cartoon Cat isn't just some wandering spirit or malformed creature. They say he was created. Not born drawn. Something. Summoned from forgotten ink and broken imagination. A character that never belonged in the light, one erased from the pages of an abandoned cartoon studio decades ago. There's an old theory whispered among internet forums and hidden Discord servers. That the mall was built on the ruins of a forgotten animation warehouse. The kind that made silent black and white shorts, the creepy ones with too wide smiles and lifeless bouncing. Some say that Cartoon Cat was one of their earliest characters. But something went horribly wrong. The artist went mad. The final episode was never aired. The last frame. A single image. A cat with an impossible grin, holding a balloon shaped like a human heart. Years later, that same image was found scratched into the concrete walls of Westgrove Mall's maintenance tunnels. No one knows who put it there. Rumors spread that the mall itself is alive, reshaped by Cartoon Cat's presence. Hallways rearrange themselves. Doors vanish. Clocks run backward. Security guards who stayed overnight reported hearing an old projector playing, though none were ever found. One janitor said he saw a silhouette dancing in the food court, swinging to a jazz tune no one else could hear. They found his mop still dripping. He never clocked out. And then there's the incident of 2021. 3 urban explorers live-streamed their entry into Westgrove Mall one October night. Thousands watched as they joked their way through the dusty food court and graffiti-covered shops. They laughed at the warnings, mocked the stories. Until one of them noticed the sound. It wasn't loud. Just a quiet hum. Like an old-timey cartoon jingle playing from nowhere and everywhere. The camera began to shake. One explorer turned the corner and screamed. What followed was 47 seconds of static. When the feed returned, the screen showed only the escalators. Moving on their own. One step at a time. A single message painted on the wall behind them in dripping black ink. You're next. Police found nothing. No bodies. No clues. Just the phone crushed flat like paper. To this day, no one enters Westgrove Mall. Not because they're afraid of getting caught. Because they're afraid of being seen. Because those who go in don't just disappear. They're rewritten. Their faces fade from photos. Their names vanish from documents. Even their families begin to forget them. As if Cartoon Cat draws them into his world. Frame by frame. Line by line. Until all that's left is a smile.
I know how it's all gonna end. It's just a rerun. A rerun of my favorite episode. It's a game of cat and mouse. You're the mouse. And you're gonna run and scream. They always scream. There's always parts being cut off, entrails being yanked from stomachs, bones being shattered to dust. Now, you try to hide, but I am gonna get ya. Yes, I'm gonna get you good. Why, just last night, I played the game with a little girl. She thought I was so cute. She tried to pet me, but I may have bitten her hand off. And she ran, and she screamed. She ran deep into an abandoned mall, and I crept through the shadows, my steps reverberating, giggling to myself, knowing that fear was filling the child, and her cries gave away her position. So, I lunged around the corner. I told her, "You have nothing to worry about. I know I hurt you, but I didn't mean to." I came closer to her. I meant to kill you. And wouldn't you know it, she screamed again. I grabbed her by the leg and swung her up over my head and down onto the floor again and again and again, smashing her face into oblivion. And she bled and cried, and eventually she died. I wonder how you're gonna do, because I am the aberration, the absence of all light, the warping and bending of your reality to make you question everything you ever thought was real. Better better start running.